Hey there guys, PC Guy here, giving you a small overview of the intro quest to patch 8.3. This is not a full guide, I'll just glance over the general points of the quest line, telling you what it will tell you to do without going over every single quest and every single little detail, although I will give a bit more insight into things that people usually have more trouble with. Obviously there will be heavy spoilers, so watch the video at your own risk. The quest starts off by giving you one of those auto-accept quests that just pops up in your quest log, send it to Stormwind to the Stormwind Keep to talk to Endwin, where you are treated with the cinematic you are now watching.
Don't you see, old friend? It's already begun.
Shortly after that, you're sent to the Chamber of the Heart, where after a little bit of role-playing, you are then sent to Uldum, which has changed quite a bit since Cataclysm. Once you enter Halls of Origination, you will start a scenario with Magni. This is a scenario that you do have to play on your first character, however it is skippable on your alts when you next do it by just talking to Magni outside before actually starting it. This scenario is a puzzle that has confused some people because it's a type of puzzle we have not seen in WoW very often. You have to go to the consoles, inspect each of them, determine which is the one that you need to activate, which the dialogue will tell you, and then direct the beams until they are powering both the orbs that are in front of that console. It takes a little bit of shuffling around where the beams are going, but it should be very clear what you have to do. Once you complete the scenario, you can go back to Hamkahan, the main city in Uldum, where you will unlock the first faction of this patch that you can gain help with, as well as be given the mission to complete an assault that is happening in Uldum. Now, which specific assault will depend on the time that you do this quest, because they rotate every few days. In any case, it's just a bunch of good old quests, as you can imagine, and there are also some interesting bonus objectives that you can do for some extra help and currencies. At the time of recording this, some of the quests were bugged, so some problems may occur when you are trying to do that, and the respawn rate for the res is pretty low, but we expect that to be adjusted and fixed pretty soon. When you're done with the assault and after a quick stop at the Chamber of the Heart, you are then sent to Pandaria to the entrance of Mogushan Vaults, after which a small cutscene takes place, and you are then sent to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms to talk to Cho. He then sends you out to get an item from some Mogu, and after bringing it back to him, he then sends you off to where you will meet the second faction of this patch, which will unlock the quests for the Vale in terms of dailies and assaults. After completing a few quests and the assault of the zone for them, you'll then be sent back to Cho, which will prompt you to go into the Mogushan Palace, which again is a scenario of Magni that is skippable the second time around that you do it, but you do have to go through it the first time. After completing the scenario, you are then teleported by Hadan to the Chamber of the Heart, and after some more RP, you are sent off to once more go into the Halls of Origination in Uldum and complete another scenario. The scenario serves as an introduction to the Visions of Nzoth mechanic and the whole sanity business, and starts off the part of the quest where you're actually going to be working with Rathian to get your legendary cloak. After your first very short-lived vision, you are then sent by Rathian to Blackrock Mountain, specifically Blackwind Descent, to get the materials for your cloak from the skeletons of Onyxia and Nefarian. You then have a little scenario with him, so you can get that. Back at the Chamber of the Heart, you get your cloak from him, after which you get sent back to continue that vision that you had just miserably failed on, and this time you should be able to complete it thanks to the cloak. After that you are sent back once again to, you guessed it, Uldum, Halls of Origination for yet another scenario that is thankfully skippable later on. After that, either in the Vale or in Uldum, you'll be sent to do one of the lesser visions, which are pretty easy. You just have to go in there, you can go in once a day, and you'll have something easy to do, like freeing a few souls or clicking a few portals to close them, and you'll be done with it. When you're done with that, you can go back to the Chamber of the Heart and you'll finally unlock the greater visions, which are basically the selling point of this expansion. Keep in mind that the follow-up quest to that, you have to purchase one vessel of horrific visions from Rathian, and not just use the one that you were given before in the process of the quest line. So make sure you buy a new one, otherwise the quest will not count and you will have basically wasted one upgrade level of your cloak later on, so make sure you do buy one before just using the free one. Once you're inside the actual visions, there are a few masks before the instance actually starts. Don't really click those just yet, because those are for more when you are a bit more progressed in it and you can push the difficulty a bit further. From now, just do the objective and potentially any bonus objectives as you get stronger and your cloak gets upgraded. The objective is to just kill as much mobs as you can, do a few bonus objectives if possible, and if you have time for, before your sanity reaches 0, and make sure that you kill Thrall, which is the main boss that ends the instance in that time frame. You got a few corrupted mementos in there that you can use to upgrade the cloak, which is done after this very first vision when Mother unlocks the console to do so. In the meantime, the Chamber of Heart gets a nice tentacle invasion, which you will have to fight off, and afterwards you are pretty much done with the intro quest. Magna will give you the quest to kill Zoth, which is not due on the first week and can be done after that on normal and heroic, and then the week after that on mythic, and LFR will open up in phases as per usual, and Rathin will then give you quests to continue doing the horrific visions, which will give you cloak upgrade items. At the first week this will be capped to 6, and then they will be capped to 1 a week on the weeks after that. To get the upgrade items, you simply have to kill a troll to get the quest item and turn it in. However, it is definitely advised to try to push it a little bit further, especially as your cloak gets stronger and more resistant to the sanity, and you get some skills that allow you to regain that sanity, because the further you push, the better rewards you will get, and also the better you'll be able to upgrade your cloak with the increased mementos that you'll be getting in there. At this point, all the features of this patch are unlocked to you in terms of the visions and such, so yeah, that's all there is to do, is just to push the difficulty until you can do all the bonus objectives, and then just add some masks in there to make things a little bit more interesting and increase the quality of the loot as well. Hope this little tutorial slash preview of the quest has been useful to you in some way, so leave a like and a comment if it has. Otherwise, well, feel free to dislike it. In any case, feel free to check the other videos in this channel, WoW or otherwise, if you would like to see us grow. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So I hope I'll see you guys in the next video, and in the meantime, have fun in 8.3.